So what's your experience with skateboarding? How old were you when you started and when you stopped?
Alright, we gotta do some more familiar tricks. Get the XP up. I'm gonna do fakie board, back to regs, half cab heel. That's first tee. Switch back board, shove, switch shove.
John, what's your favorite company? Skateboard company. Who's your favorite skater? What's your favorite bearings? What kind of bearings do you have?
Don't put me on the spot. Listen, guys, I don't skate. I'm here to talk about books and reading and education with you guys.
Okay, let's.
You know what? Here's one
what's
for you.
what's your favorite quote?
So I'm gonna answer those questions in succession. Liam Dawson is my favorite skateboarder, and that's actually probably not a lie, for real.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
Nothing, that's nothing. Meaningless. I don't think I tray flipped it yet.
So I'm here with John Plumley, a good friend of mine from Calgary, Alberta. He came here to sit in his free time near the airport to hang out with me. And I'm going to interview him for a little bit. I just want to hear his opinion on skateboarding. How old were you when you started and when you stopped? And why did you stop?
I don't think I tray flipped it yet.
Is this a joke question?
This is a real question.
I would say
I'm curious.
I would say I never skateboarded, and I definitely had touched a skateboard and pushed with my feet and glided on concrete. I sometimes used it to go to school in middle school, but that was like a very short amount of time. I would just opt to bike or get a ride from my mom instead. And then the odd time that I went to the skate park, I went once with Riley. It was like late at night and we were just fucking around. And I went down on, I don't know what you would call it, maybe like a larger structure like this, flat on the top, pretty steep.
A fun box.
Sure. And then the board slipped out and I banged my head. And I was like, this is really stupid. And so that was it for the night. And I wouldn't say that moment traumatized me to never do it again, but it was just little things like that where I was like, I don't want to invest the time, energy, that just wasn't, as much as I admired the aspects of the culture and the artistry of it, it was just whatever. There's a lot of stuff that I just don't want to do, even though I think it's cool. And that's just how skateboarding was for me.
There's actually a lip right here. It's angle iron. I'm bouncing. Get a water break while I can and dodge the distraction. Yeah, kickflip game. That's a good one. You don't see me do a kickflip that much.
So we met in Alberta, Red Deer, Alberta, and he was just a genuine character that I met. What was your impression?
Yeah, actually, it's funny. It's probably relevant to this. I knew of you as this skateboarder who was super cool. Made I don't know if you were making videos, but you definitely made Instagram stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know. I just thought that you were a serious person in that pursuit. Whereas up until then, I just knew some people that skated for fun or skated to school.
Kind of biased towards this one section of the skate park, which is kind of a shame, but quite frankly, it's one of the features that I'm most interested in skating. All the other features are mediocre, but they look appealing. Also, I want to get better at doing certain tricks down things like sets, so I got to get my XP up.
And I always admired skateboard videos on YouTube, specifically the illegal civilization dudes. And I just found that shit wow, really eye-opening. It didn't necessarily inspire me to skate, but it just was it showed me like young people being creative, and then I love like the aspect of like making clothing, designing skateboards, and like creatively making products to sell to the world. That was like to me the essence of like what I admired about skateboarding communities, and that shit didn't really exist in Red Deer. Kind of did like back in the day, in like the All Rose scene, right?
Could I please get just a regular sized coffee? I have a very important question too. I've noticed you have really cool stickers. Could I get a couple? The Uber stickers. I want to put on my skateboard.
Put on what?
I want to put stickers on my skateboard. The Uber stickers.
Okay. How many do you want?
3. Just the stickers. Thank you so much. That's so kind. I'll use Visa. Oh, that scared me because I actually cracked my board on a heel flip front board recently. Yep, I don't know. Heel flip version. Switch front board, switch heel. Oh, what? No. No. Ah. Oh my gosh. That double set's cool, but I'm not gonna jump down this like miniature double set. And then there's a giant square rail. This flat bar is harder to skate than that square rail. It's so miniature, but it's cool.
So you like Illegal Civ because those videos were bangers back then, and Louis Lopez had an insane part.
Adjusting the camera. It was also like it would tie to music, right? So like Tyler the Creator, Odd Future, those guys were like also like a branch of this. So it was like cool seeing that one like hub of creative people can branch off into a bunch of other domains.
I'm gonna do doubles, fakie flip, fakie flip. Okay, I can't, no. Oh, okay. I know you don't have to go that fast to gap this, so that's why I just went for it.
So what struck me as John was he was a pretty level-headed character, I would say. He wasn't faking himself. I could sense that. And so I naturally just gravitated towards him because I knew that he would be a fun person to be around, and just him being himself was a good personality. But you moved to Calgary, which is actually a fantastic place for skateboarding.
Yo, we're skipping something though.
All right.
I think the most important thing about our friendship is that we would meet up at the library. And you were like the first friend that I had who would actually be down to just like go and read books and explore ideas together. And this was at a time where I was trying to figure out like, what do I do with my life? And the answer was like, I need to learn a lot more than what I'm learning in school. And then beyond the opportunities just presented to me. And I need to expand my mind. And so we would meet up at the library. And that was like really fun shit. And we would drink coffee. And so in that respect, not a lot has changed, but it's all good.
A small 2-floor library with lots of books, articles, inspiration. Really.
I feel like if
This
you're
is gonna be the
analyzing,
trick.
say like, you know, the great skateboard brands or something like that, I should also add like Supreme New York. That was also like, I loved the style coming from that brand. And what I actually liked about a lot of these would be references to historical things. So you would maybe overlay like a famous Italian Renaissance painting, and you would just like juxtapose it with like some graffiti, defacing it or something, and putting that on a shirt. And that sort of stuff is only possible when you actually understand different avenues of human culture and history, and that's the kind of shit that you unlock when you expand your mind at the library, for example.
That's a big coffee. It's big coffee. I don't drink this much. This is like a 16 ounce. I'm all for it though.
I want to try nollie heel. I don't do that enough.
I remember once you said to me that you would have enjoyed having picked it up and stuck to it if you would have understood what it means to you today and how you resonate with skating now and watching it. Like, you're actually entertained by it and you're curious about it.
That's a good point, because at the same time I also didn't view skateboarding like as a sport at all, and I didn't really understand any aspect of discipline. So I never this was kind of the story of my youth and childhood. You know, I did like judo for a little while, I played basketball, and any of those pursuits, I didn't understand like the discipline that it took to actually improve and to develop a skill. Even in school too, right? Like reading, until I started reading for my own accord, like maybe, 16 years old and then beyond, and then just improving. Until those moments, I didn't understand what it took to like pick up a skill and to stay consistent with it and build upon it, whether that was an intellectual skill like reading and learning, or like a physical skill like skateboarding. And then by the time I understood that in like my early 20s, it just was,
Makes sense.
skateboarding wouldn't have been a pursuit that I picked up on.
Yeah, it's fascinating because when you say, we should probably move locations here shortly, but
Those lines I got today, like flat bar to 2-block, was just something I wanted to enjoy for myself and practice tricks that I enjoy and want to get better at. I felt a little bit sketchy jumping down the 2-block today because the stability of my gear is a little bit wonky today. What the?
Yo, we got a few more minutes, man. Let's just get some shit.
wait, I want to just conclude this real quick.
Okay.
Just to like have it.
All right. Then let's
So
wait.
this is my friend John Plumley, and it's been a gift to visit with him, and I'm so glad he took time out of his day to drive to the airport, only to have to leave the airport in the same city that he drove to the airport in. Thank you so much, John.
Getting the serious look over here.
I'm really excited to share more skateboarding in the next videos. We're gonna be in Red Deer, Alberta, at the Glendale Skate Park and the Industry Skate and Snow Shop.
Glendale Skate Park. Damn,
Dude, we're gonna get clips over there.
that's wild. What's the downtown one called?
Old Park.
Old Park. What did it used to be called before it was the Old Park? It was just the only skate park.
I think it's called Rotary Park.
Yeah.